In a quiet village near the edge of an ancient forest, there lived a young scholar named Kavi. He was brilliant, always reading, always thinking, always questioning. His shelves overflowed with books on philosophy, science, and religion. But despite his vast knowledge, Kavi was deeply unsettled. "I know so much," he would say, "but I feel more confused with every answer I find." One evening, an old traveler passing through the village overheard Kavi speaking of his unrest. The traveler smiled and said, "If you wish to find true clarity, seek out the monk who lives beside the Whispering Falls. He speaks little, but many return changed." Driven by curiosity, Kavi set out at dawn. After a long journey through forests and hills, he arrived at a small hut beside a roaring waterfall. There sat an old monk, sweeping leaves. Kavi bowed and said, "Master, I have studied many things and learned from many teachers, but I still feel lost. My mind is heavy. Can you help me understand the truth?" The monk looked up, nodded, and gestured for Kavi to sit. Then he disappeared into the hut and returned with a clay cup and a kettle of tea. He began pouring tea into the cup, slowly at first, then faster. Soon the tea reached the brim, but the monk kept pouring. The tea overflowed, spilling onto the ground. "Master," Kavi cried, "stop! The cup is full. It can't hold anymore." The monk smiled gently. "Exactly," he said. "You are like this cup, so full of ideas, opinions, and questions. There is no space left for anything new." Kavi sat silently, the lesson sinking in. "To receive," the monk said, "you must first make space. Empty your mind. Let go of what you think you know. Only then can truth enter." Kavi nodded, humbled. That evening, he sat beside the waterfall, eyes closed, letting go of every thought that came. The roar of the water became his anchor, his breath, his guide. For the first time in his life, he wasn't trying to understand. He was simply being. Time passed, minutes, maybe hours. When Kavi finally opened his eyes, the world felt different. Lighter, sharper, quiet. He turned to the monk and said, "I understand now. It's not about having all the answers. It's about creating space for clarity to arise." The monk only smiled. From that day on, Kavi's life changed. He still studied, still learned, but now with an open heart and a quiet mind. He no longer chased knowledge to fill the void. He understood that sometimes the greatest wisdom comes not from thinking more, but from thinking less. And every time he felt overwhelmed, he would sit in silence and remember the overflowing cup. If this story touched your heart, remember, sometimes the most powerful step forward is to simply pause and empty your mind. Like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. And let us know in the comments, what's one thought you're ready to let go of today?